morning, afternoon, or evening. It's Cerise here, everyone. I'm in Los Chatamicos right now, where I live. Look at the beautiful sun. Today is March 13th. Maybe not, probably like March 14th. Guys, that's called the Tropic Syndrome. It's very easy to forget the days and the times. Look at Noche. She's just running. Come over here, Noche. Hola. And I got my Canada Bubba as I'm on my way to the beach. Now, I'm a closer walk to the beach. I just left my place, so I'm going to walk to the beach with you guys as I make this video. Number one, to show you what Chatamicos looks like first thing in the morning, because a few of you had said, What? Come on. No, you got to come. A few of you had suggested, more specifically one of you, and I just want to show you I'm okay. I know I gave you a little bit of a hard time when you started to talk badly about Los Chatamicos, but the reason why is because I want to come over here. I don't think you guys really understand Los Chatamicos as much as you could. And the reason why is because, sorry, I got turned around here. I just didn't want to step on the wet cement. Bread delivery man. So the reason why a lot of you might not really know about the Chatamicos is because a lot of you don't come here. It is not a tourist town. It is literally 3-minute motor concho away from the center of Sosua. The center of Sosua is called El Bate. A lot of people call that just Sosua. But this here is also Sosua. Chatamicos is also Sosua. And, oh gosh, here comes a dog. This dog always barks at us. I gotta lift Noche up, or I'm gonna have to let this dog have a boot. Here's the dog right here. She's not barking at us today, but whenever we walk by, going to the beach or coming back, she's like the guard dog of this street. There's another dog too. The reason why I'm being so careful is because Noche was attacked twice in one day. So, hola. Down this road is the beach. So, I'm also going to show you guys what I think is a cockfight home. And I'm pretty sure anyone can go and knock on that zinc gate. But, okay, so I got two things to talk about. Noche getting attacked before I even get into my theme of the video. So see this tin gate right here? Hear all those roosters? Here? Oh, there's only one today, but usually there's a bunch. And I think they're all in cages there, and I think that's where they have a cockfight. Right in there. I saw them open it before. Yeah, look, it's like a whole little area. Oh, kind of sneak peek in there. But there's two guys here. I don't want to get too nosy on other people's yards. Okay, so Noche got attacked twice. Once when we were in Cabarete, Pat and I went to Cabarete to go get some coconut oil made with real coconuts in the backyard. It was really awesome. And then we were on our way home for the evening, on our way to go get motor conchos, and bam! We're walking around a corner, and Noche got attacked by a dog. Speaking of dogs, there's two dogs on the left-hand side here, both black in color, both females, very territorial, and they come way too close to Noche. I think it's because she's so dark, and she has dark eyes, and they can't see her. So I'm going to keep telling the story, but if these dogs come out, look she's already bending over. Oh, she's stretching. Oh, she laid down. Oh, she must know us now. Here I am. Hi, honey. Here I am getting all protective over these female dogs that are so rude to Noche. And now they're used to her. I guess it's because she was the new kid on the block. Okay, anyway, this big blonde dog that was guarding the restaurant that we were walking by, jumped on Noche. This was like 3 weeks ago when Pat was visiting from Canada. Jumped on Noche. Noche's too tiny. She was too much of a baby to handle that type of thing. Oh my gosh. Luckily, I was just leash training her, like training her on the lead. And I grabbed the lead and pulled her up in the air. She dangled a little bit by her neck for only a millisecond before I grabbed her in close to my body to keep her tight from the dog attacking her. And the owners grabbed the dog. The owners felt so terrible. They were just like almost crying like Noche and me. Yeah, Noche was crying. And I held her so tightly to me to let her know I love her, I protect her, and nothing will ever happen to her when I'm with her, you know? And for her and I, it was a bonding experience because she knew, Mommy got ya, you know, like you don't worry about it. You know, that dog could have lunged at me once I had her in my arms, but the owners took care of that. Then the same night, you know, I mean, we had a bonding experience. That was good. Okay, she was not hurt. Look, here's a cat right here, but we also got to be careful of because of the other story I'm going to go into. The same night, we're walking into the store, and a cat came out of nowhere and jumped on Noche. This time it was not just easy breezy. This time there was blood because the cat claw. Look at this cat here. Come here. Hola. Hola. So this cat had a little claw that, boom, just gnashed Noche's little lip. It was a little cut, but there was a lot of blood and a lot of crying. I cried this time as well because I was just like beside myself. You guys who watch my videos, you guys know I'm an animal lover. And I mean, I really feel I'm an animal whisperer. I'm going to start doing like animal intuition here with horses and cows, as I do it so well. Like I call cows. Okay, so here's the Charamicos entrance. I brought you guys here many, many times, but I'm just going to go down here by the rocks because I'm collecting some pebbles today for a project that I'm working on. But this is the theme of the video. First, let me take a drink of my Java. Oh, it's going to be my first sip because I just left my house when I made this video. Oh, still very caliente, hot. So here's the story. Guys, do not send money to me for an apartment unless we have previously discussed something or unless you know your exact date. Please, I'm going to give you 3 examples. 2 that, 1 that didn't turn out so great, and 2 that turned out pretty okay. Oh, there's seaweed on the rocks today. Oh, let's go down this entrance. I've never been down these. Oh, no, I'm not going down there. That's too steep. But there's seaweed on the rocks today. I've never seen seaweed on the rocks here before. Nova Scotia, yes. So, I'm going to give you 3 stories. Okay, I'm going to leave people's names confidential for respect purposes. So, one person emailed me and said, "Hi, Cerise. You know, blah, 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 blah." And I didn't get that email. But then, all of a sudden, I got a WhatsApp. Now, most of you who have been watching my videos, you guys are aware that WhatsApp is the best form of communication for me. Look at Noche. Okay, hold on. Wait. You gotta let Mommy untie you. Come here. Come. Hold on. Go for it. She jumps up to everyone and runs on everybody. So there's a guy coming straight center with an orange top. And he's on his way here. And she's just going to take a little leak and go jump right up on him. I bet you as soon as she sees him. Still got to teach her how not to jump up. There she goes. Hi. Let me see if I can distract her. Hi. Oh, who is this little girl that I love so much? Who is this little girl? I love her. Yes. Oh, yes. I love her. Who is she? Is that the Noche? Yes. There he goes. Looks like I did it. Come on. Nope, not at all. Noche! Noche! Hey, hey, hey! Noche, come here. That man just kept walking. Noche! Bye! Bye-bye, Noche! Bye-bye! Oh, man. She's so friendly. Just like her mama. Go up to anyone. Hola! Hola! Lo siento. Come here, Noche! Come on, say hi! I'm gonna have to go run up and get her because he's... Sorry about that.
Yeah. You love me.
Yes, she does. She's a friendly little one. Come here. No. I'm putting you back on the leash because you don't listen. I put her back on the leash. Yes, still training her. Still a little baby, but I can't let her get away with all that jazz, jumping up on people. I don't like it. So, yes. Let me get back to the 3 stories. Let me just look at the water so I don't get distracted and I can just say the 3 stories quickly for y'all and not frustrate you. So, number 1. Guy messages me. His last name is Smith. Very common last name. Okay, I'm not going to say the first name out of respect reasons. So, then he WhatsApps me. WhatsApps me. And he says, "Hi, my name is so-and-so Smith. I sent you a $50 payment to find me an apartment, and I still haven't heard back from you." And I'm like, what? And then the next one, where you got a little tough, "And if I don't hear back from you soon, I'm going to have to ask for my $50 back." And I'm like, okay. This guy got a little pissy with me, acting like I'm going to try to keep his $50 when he sent it to me without me even knowing. Now, I did wake up to a $50 transfer. However, it wasn't the same first name. And it was a different same last name. And Smith is way too common of a name for me to just assume that it's the same person. So I got back to him and I said, okay, this has only happened one time. Oh wait, when he got to me on WhatsApp, he didn't tell me his last name on the first message. That's right. He only told me his first name, which was different than the first name on the transfer. So I said to him, okay, that's fine. You can, pretty much, I don't know who you are. You never contacted me, but there's only one person that ever sent money to me like that without telling me first. And that person's last name is Smith. If you can tell me the first name, then I will communicate with you about the $50. Now, $50 may not be a lot of money to some of you, okay? And that's why I set it at such a low price for finder's fee, because I'm sure you could imagine all the apartments that I show takes time and energy and gas. So when I'm going around looking for these apartments for a lot of you, trying to help you find some low cost, efficient, economical places for those of you who are coming down here to live full time and don't want a villa for a week for $1,000, and you rather pay $1,000 in 5 months, for 5 months, then I'm going around and getting you those options. A lot of you guys are veterans. A lot of you guys are retiring. And it makes sense to you guys that gas is very expensive here and time is valuable. So you guys do send the 50, no problem, because it's not 150. It's a fair price. So but at the same time, $50 can be a lot for some people. So yes, I did treat the $50 transfer like it was worth a lot more. And so I said to him, if you can tell me your first name that the transfer was sent in, we'll talk. And then we did. He did. And I'm like, oh, that's you. I got your $50. But you need to be more communicative. You need to listen to what I say on the videos and WhatsApp me. Because I always say WhatsApp is the quicker form of communication. And so that was that. I ended up really liking him, and we giggled and got along, and now we're still in communication. But the key is this. I still am unable to find him a place because he still has not booked his flight. So guys, please, you have to book your flight before I can find you anything. You can send me $50,000. That is useless unless you have your date booked, your flight. So I know when you're arriving. I know how long you're staying. I know what your budget is. I know what area you want to stay in. I know what your preferences are. I get very deep with people. I ask them, what area do you want? Do you mind if it's a little outside of Albate? Some people come at me with, I want a 3-bedroom villa for $500 a month. And those come, few and far between, but they do come. And if you want it, you have to have an exact date. Landlords don't play with people here. Landlords are on a high turnover rate here. And if they have an apartment that's available, and I go to them and say, hi, I have a client coming at the end of August. Do you have anything available? They're going to look at me and say, you stupido rubia. Like, rubia is stupido. Like, this blonde is stupid. That's what they would honestly say, because they'd be like, of course, we don't know what's going on in August. There could be a rush of something or it could be dead. But give an exact date, and if it's empty now, you can have it. Well, actually, August is a little too far to book, you see, because these are not resorts. These are apartments. A resort, an Airbnb. You guys can book far, far ahead. But when it comes to a private home, an apartment, it's not like a resort. Like, you know, you are renting an apartment like you would in North America. So do expect to pay the rent up front, and that's it, right? Hold on, let me take a sip of my coffee. Hot. This cup is great at keeping things warm. So that's that story. He's coming in June. Great dude. Still hasn't booked his ticket. So I'm still not able to find him anything. And him and I can go back and forth on WhatsApp over and over again, and I can send him videos and all that. But if he likes something, okay, it's only a matter of him liking it. He still is not promised the place if he doesn't have the flight info, the arrival info, the duration of his stay, and paid his deposit, right? So I hope you guys are getting that. Okay, so have your date. Still hit me up if you're coming. Don't worry, you can still hit me up on 829-702-7726 to shout at me and say hello, because I always love your comments and your love, your support, you know, all that stuff. And I love when you're coming, and sometimes I can meet up with people, but you know what? I had to face it. I'm too busy to meet up with every single person that comes here. And I love the invites. You know, your invites are not falling on deaf ears, but it's a lot to just kind of put down my day. I'm not on vacation here, and so it's a lot to put down my day for a couple of hours every day to meet everyone. There's a lot of you, and I love that you watch my videos and that you're coming on out here and all that. But we'll meet, especially if you move out here. We'll see each other a couple of times, probably in passing, or you never know, we might even become good friends. So that's that with him. The other story, which is a good one. A guy contacted me on a Monday, and he's like, Cerise, I'm going to be in town on Wednesday. I need an apartment. Can you help me out? 2-day notice. That's my favorite. You wouldn't believe why. Because he had a date and he had a duration, and it was only in 2 days that he was going to be here. And with that being said, we knew everything, right? It was a nice little package. Then he threw on top of me, which I didn't mind again at all. Cerise, I won't be arriving in Puerto Plata. I'll be arriving in Santiago. Okay, I'll get my driver to come get you. Guys, I have a driver on my team who is very good. And guess what? He has a minivan. So if a bunch of you guys come, he can take you guys wherever you want to go. Santiago, Jarabacoa, anywhere. So you just hit me up and I'll let him know. His prices are very cheap. For instance, airport pickup, $20 American. Pick up and drop off to the airport, 50, obviously, just double the 40, just double the 20. And those are prices that I set for you guys. I don't take money from him. I give him that full 20 because he deserves it. And that's about it. Now, what else? What else? Oh, yeah. He picked the guy up from Santiago for $70. Santiago, for those of you who don't know, is 2 hours away from Puerto Plata. His flight was coming in at 11:30 at night. That means my driver had to leave here at 9:30 to get there at 11:30, wait for the guy's flight to come in, and then drive him back here. They got back here at 2 o'clock, almost 2 o'clock in the morning, and the landlord that I had rented the place for him from, look at this, beautiful. The landlord was waiting for him right there, 2 o'clock in the morning. That's class. And the place was, I think, 300 or 350 for one bedroom, something like that, I don't remember, right in Sosua Center. And the guy didn't have the security deposit. A lot of the landlords here will ask for a security deposit. If they do, don't think they're trying to rip you off. Most times they're trying to save themselves, because what happens is if they offer air conditioning and electricity with their package, and all of a sudden you're only here for a month. You all right, baby? She swims, by the way, guys. And you're only here for a month and you use up all the air conditioner, then the landlord's going to end up having to pay that. I heard one story from a woman who rents places at Caribe Campo, and she said one time the client left and ran up a $200 electrical bill because he left the air conditioner running when he went to the beach and wanted to have a cool apartment when he got back in. That is some total North American style. How many Canadians that I know do that? When I would go on vacation with them to Cuba, I was guilty of that too. I'm not a big air conditioner chick. I don't need a lot of air conditioner, or even a fan I don't have right now in my apartment. And the nights are cool here. Actually, I'm sleeping with a quilt right now, silk quilt, which I will show you guys later on. I'm going to show you guys my apartment and how it's looking. But anyway, the person ran up the air conditioner, $200. The rent for the month there was $350. So she made $150 on the rental for 1 month, and contacted the dude, told the dude that, hey, you have to pay this amount. And he didn't answer, and there was no way she could get it from him because he was back in North. Hey, you stop that. She has a habit of biting my legs when I walk. Follows me all around. I love it. But let me just put her on my other hand and change camera hands because I don't want her to be close to the water. I'm walking back now. So, wait, sweetheart. So yeah, she had to pay that. And the client didn't even have the dignity to contact her and say, I'm so sorry. He was probably like, oh well, that's her problem. She needs to figure that out on her own. And then he probably just rented somewhere else when he came back, right? And that's on him. That karma's on him. But at the same time, he kind of made her now make everyone pay a $200 deposit. Why 200? Imagine, she makes everyone pay a $200 deposit because it was $200 that she was scammed for. So she's thinking, okay, if he left the air conditioner on for a whole entire month every day, then maybe the limit is 200. So she set the deposit at 200. So now people have to pay first month's rent and also deposit when they work with her. Not everyone does that, but a lot of landlords here do that, and that's why. So Denson, one of the landlords that I work with, he said to my client, oh my gosh, because my client didn't have the deposit, my client only had the rent. So Denson was like, oh my gosh, don't worry about it, give it to me tomorrow, or whatever, it's 2:00 in the morning, go to sleep, relax, I'll see you tomorrow. And that was it. And Denson doesn't even live at that location in center of Albate. He lives closer to Playa Laguna. So he had to find his way back to Playa Laguna area, 3:00 in the morning. So that's a good story. Like, a guy contacted me last minute, needed a big trip, 2-hour trip, only had to pay $70 American dollars. That's a very, very good price. And I didn't set that price for my driver, as I had no clue how much it would cost. I know it's usually about 100. And he charged 70. So, of course, he kept all that as well. No entiendes. Really comes in handy when I don't know Spanish and when guys are trying to pick me up. I stutter and everything. I mean, I know how to say, yo no hablo español. Español, not español, español. Yo no hablo español. But I just go, no, understand. Hola. And this is not a pickup place either, like in terms of men trying to pick up women all the time. Of course it is in some ways. When I first got here, it was like, wow, like, just back off, buddy, to like everybody. But now they're just like, she's here. And plus it probably helped that I had a boyfriend for like my first 7 months here. So, the next story. Okay, so that's 2 stories right there. One about the Smith guy sending money without letting me know. You gotta let me know, and you gotta have your date. And then the other guy, good story, last minute notification. He got his ride safely, and he got to his apartment safely. And since he's been here, we haven't even been in contact. Like, nothing. Has he messaged me to say he likes his place? Has he messaged me to say anything? So that's good. No news is good news. But I find that with a lot of you guys. You guys come in, I get you an apartment, and you do your thing. You don't have to be babysat. And that's awesome. You all have a reason why you're coming, and you do it. So, next thing. Now the other story, saving the big one for the last, because this one I actually feel bad about, but there's nothing I can do about it. Excuse me, guys, still clearing my throat from when I had the cold a couple of months ago. It was a double banger cold, do you remember? Oh my gosh, it was like bam, bam. One was chest and then one was the head. No, first it was the head, then it was the chest. And that's the one I'm still clearing up. But so here's the third story. Young guy. Hold on, guys. Oh, this is a good find. Wait, Noach. Don't knock over my coffee. Look at that find. Really nice stones. Stop, Noach. I like to put these in my apartment. But remember I said I want to get some stones? I think that's just God reminding me. Let me see if I can get some stones from over here. Yep, there's stones right there. So let me just put Noche over here. Oh, there's a family coming. I don't want her to jump up on the family. So it's going to take me a second because I have to go into that water and grab some pebbles and put them in a bag for my new project. It's a little difficult with Noche. Oh, they're setting up right there. Let's go down the beach a little bit more and I'll continue to talk. So this guy comes, he contacts me. First of all, he's coming down for a course. and he contacts me, and he says to me, "Hi, Cerise, I'm looking for an apartment. Can you find me one?" So I said, "Of course." Then he contacted the guy who does the courses, and he said, "I contacted a woman named Cerise to find me an apartment. Can she be trusted?" And the guy who does the course, also him and I are in discussion about doing a few projects together. So he does know me, and he said to this gentleman, "Yes, I know Cerise. Yes, she can be trusted." And that was it. So then the guy gets back to me, and then he tells me he's coming to take a course. And I didn't let him know that I already know everything. Like, the guy already came up to me and told me. The guy came to my place, actually. We sat down, had a coffee, and he's like, "Oh, one of my clients asked me about you." And I was like, "Oh, really?" And he's like, "Yeah," he said you're finding an apartment for him. And I was like, "Oh, okay, what's his name?" And he told me, and I was like, "Ah, okay, yeah." So anyway, when the guy did contact me, we talked back and forth, and I wanted him to feel comfortable, right? Because clearly he already didn't feel comfortable when he was asking if he could trust me. It's very much unlike the other people who just send their money and they're like, the average person goes like this: "Hi, Cerise, I'm looking for an apartment. I want this, that, and that. This is my budget. This is how long I'm staying for." And I say, "Okay, have a look at my videos. Tell me which one you like." I'm not a real estate agent, so I don't go and take you to the apartments. The apartments that I show are the apartments that are there. Those are the ones that I have connections with. And I don't take you viewing, because a video is good view, in my opinion, right? And if they don't want the apartment, then they don't take it. Like, there's no forcing. And I'm not the only person that can provide them with it. So, they either take it or leave it, and that's just the way that I do things. Most people, they take it because they're like, "Hey, let me just take it and get there, and then when I get there, I'll check out the apartments myself and see if I can find something more better or stay where I'm at." Anyway, that's how this guy was doing it. This guy was doing it just like that. He was like, "Okay, coming this date, that date," and he gave me his date. First, he was uncertain. And I said, "Okay, I need a date before I can book you in, but there are a few options in your price range." His price range was $200 a month for a studio or a one bedroom. I managed to get him a studio and the possibility of a one bedroom. When he arrived, he was going to have the option of it. And it was with it was in the same villa I was living in at the time, before the landlord became the landlord from a place that I don't even want to say. So finally the guy locked in his date, and then I said to him, "Okay, all you have to do is send me $50 for my finder's fee, and then you have to send a deposit." Now, this landlord always asks for a deposit and rent. So I told this guy, just send the first month's rent, because I was living in the villa and I knew I could talk to the landlord and just be like, don't worry, this guy's good. So I was vouching for the guy. And I said to the guy, just send one payment, 220 American. Well, he sent it in pesos. So the amount wasn't the same. And the landlord wanted the 220 plus the deposit. But I told the landlord, here's 200. When the guy comes, because that's pretty much what it came up to, 200 something, not 220. He was missing. He was short $20, put it that way. And I let him know that. And so I told the landlord, I said, "Listen, the guy will pay you when he comes. He's coming to study. He sounds like a pretty decent guy. He's coming long term. He's coming to save money and get his life together. So, he doesn't have the deposit. But, when he comes, you be the judge of character. There's no air conditioner in the unit. So it's not like he was going to run up the electricity. Let's keep it real," I said to the landlord. So the landlord said, "Okay, I trust you. You're being fair. But next time, please don't do that." And I wanted to be there for the guy. I really wanted to help the guy out. And so I promised the landlord I wouldn't do it again. And that was that. So the guy was set for to come for March 5th or 6th or something like that. And everything was all paid for and everything. So then he messaged me and he's like, "Hi, Cerise. I decided that I'm not going to come March 5th or March 6th, whatever it is. And I'm actually going to come in, like, I think he said like May or June or something, which is like, whoa, okay. Well, fat chance getting back your deposit. Like, you gotta be sure. You don't just go around sending deposits and not being sure of your vacation date. When you're going on vacation, guys, you cats gotta be serious. You have to be prepared and you have to be ready, especially when you already sent your money, okay? I am not the landlord, and that's all right. Go ahead. All right. So, I felt bad for the guy. Hola. Oh, yes. ¿Y tú? All right.
Have a nice day.
You have a nice day as well. Thank you. Buenos dias. So, now what happened was I talked to the landlord. I had already originally said to the landlord, look, the client has changed his mind on the date. Is there any possible way you can do it on later in the summer months? And the landlord said no. Like, what does he want? He's coming on vacation. He doesn't know when he's coming. And I said, no. He's situating a few things out in his life. And he's like, okay. Well, why didn't he situate a few things out and then buy the ticket? And I'm like, okay, that's neither here nor there. We all do things. Hold on, I'm out of breath and I need to take a drink. So I said, that's neither here nor there. Can you give him back some of his deposit? He's like, no, that's not the way it works here. Somebody wanted to book for that time, and I booked your client in, and now your client wants his money back. And obviously the landlord was mad because he missed out on a client himself. And so I contacted the guy and I said, hey, looks like you're not going to be able to get anything back from your deposit. So I'm sorry, but he put me into some uncomfortable circumstances. Then I tried for him, but then he said about a few days later, I don't know, maybe about a week later, I really don't know, but it was a couple of days in. Hi, Cerise. So I decided that I'm coming to the Dominican Republic and I'll still need that apartment. No way. By this point, my landlord and I were into it because of that thing. My landlord was like into it. He's like, first of all, the guy only sent a deposit, not even enough for rent. And then he's like, and now he wants his money back. He can't even figure out what dates he's coming. Blah, blah. Ladies, you better hold your corner. Hold your corner. Ah! I walk with you. My baby, mi baby bambino. I'm walking with him. Hola. ¿Cómo te llamas?
Gabriel.
Gabriel. Cereza.
Mucho gusto.
Mucho gusto. Video para YouTube. So then the landlord said, like, Cerise, this guy doesn't sound like he's even a tenant I would want. And so there was a little bit of bad blood and stuff like that. I got where the landlord was coming from. And I told the guy, listen, your apartment's gone now, because by the time he did get back to me, the landlord did rent it out. The landlord said fine. Now, mind you, this guy sent his deposit a month before he was coming. So the landlord was willing. Hey, come here. Come. Noche. Come here. Come. Whoa. Sorry, guys. Noche got off the leash and she got into the road. So yeah, but so yeah, I had to say to the guy, I'm sorry, I can't get your money back for you. And please be careful, guys, when you are coming to the Dominican Republic, do not send money unless you know who you're sending it to for the exact date, the exact duration, because you're taking up people's time, you're taking up people's energy, you're taking up people's business. This man, landlord's a business owner, so I couldn't blame him even though I had words with him, right? So do not send money unless you know what's happening. And when you do send money, keep to your date. Landlords aren't going to switch up like that unless they're desperate and have to. So there's my story. I'm out of breath. Noche's trying to get off the leash again. No. You come on. And I'm gonna go. All right. 829-702-7726. CeriseFairfax.com.